Hey gang, welcome. I asked of chat what they wanted to do today and actually sealed one out. And I figured basically if we're doing sealed practice for the upcoming Arena Open, it's going to be Strixhaven sealed on May 8th and 9th, I presume. 7th and 8th or 8th and 9th. I know it's definitely on the 8th at some point because that's my daughter's birthday and that's helping me remember when the the Arena Open is. But people are very interested in practicing Strixhaven sealed for that event. I'm not too keen on the prize structure for sealed on Arena. It's okay if you're really into collection building, but while I like to build collections, I don't like to pay that much for my cards. The prize structure is heavily in boosters, and it's hard to come out ahead on Arena Sealed. So I figured, why not open it up to chat? Because another nice thing about Sealed, with a draft, you need 7 other players for the pure experience, and maybe you want to do brackets and that kind of thing. With Sealed, it's nice. You can have any number of people, really, and those available can battle it out as available in a one-on-one situation, and since there's no draft, you don't have to worry about that part of it. So I figured it'd be nice to save on our gems and gold in the client. Use MTGAdraft.tk by Senryoku, who has created this incredible tool for us to do this kind of thing, to have Magic play experiences outside of what is being offered by Wizards of the Coast through the Arena client itself. And so thrilled about that. Thanks, Senryoku. You can support his site. Also, show you over here where you can give him a little tip for all this, and we're gonna figure out the sealed format. So let's hop over and take a look here at what's going on the left monitor. As we do so, I'm going to thank my sponsor Card Kingdom for all their support. They can't get you anything on your left monitor except their website, but if you do, you're going to find one of the best sellers of physical Magic stuff out there. Anything you need, if they have it in stock, it's going to be shipped to you quickly, great price. And if they don't have it in stock, you know they're buying it. They are always buying that which they do not have. And if you've got what they do not have, they want it, and they will give you more money for it than basically anybody else in the biz. So if you're ever looking to convert cardboard to cash, reach out to Card Kingdom, and do so via my affiliate link. If you click on that link every couple of weeks in the panels, in the show notes, in the video notes, and in chat, it lets them know you got there from here, helps keep me going. So thanks for that. And here we are on MTGAdraft.tk. You can click buy me a coffee down here at the bottom to donate to Senryoku. But we've got it all set up. Strixhaven School of Mages. I'm just going to go to sealed, and we're going to throw sealed boosters, 6. Yeah, it's cool. You can customize the set. You can do random boosters. Of course, we're going to do the default, which is the Strixhaven. So distribute boosters. And we're going to take a look here. I like starting with the rares, or I like starting with rares last, depending on what I'm trying to practice. I think that if you want to really practice your sealed deck building and your ability to assess where depth of color is, like not being distracted by rares is a good way to do that. You can see what you would build if you had no good rares. It's a reasonable exercise for practice, but at the end of the day, we are going to be driven by our rares. Let's here we go, sort by rarity, and take a look. Nothing like, so we got 6 packs. How many rares do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Technically 11 rares in our 6 packs, which happens with these archives and the forced inclusion of the lessons. So. But let's look at what we've got. This cute but not actually good. It's funny. We got this nice suite of like super powerful old school cards, but nothing we want to actually do. Academic probation is bad as well. I mean, it's a tool. I just don't see how we're going to use it though. Conjuration is a much better rare lesson. We've got some fixing in the Mardu colors, so if there was some reason to be Mardu, we at least have some fixing for it there. I don't know about the land sitch elsewhere. It looks like we got some campuses to check out. Poet's Quill is very good. We're going to try and run that. Uvilda, Dean of Perfection. Oh yes, this one. I'm trying to come around on the design of these double face cards. It's really bothered me that there are 2 Magic cards stapled together, but I don't know why that bothers me so much. When I accepted split cards, I accepted, there's other examples of effectively Magic coming up with ways to staple 2 cards together and call them a single card. But there's something about 2 separate cards that could be complete on their own, put back to back, that has really bugged me. And I think part of it is just the complexity of these cards. It's like, okay, Wizards, if you have decided that that this is it, this is the evolution of one spell, one card offering a modal choice between 2 spell options, right? This is not the first time we've seen a single Magic card offer a modal choice between 2 options. We see it all over the place. But if they think this is the evolution of it and that we did it, this is where we're going. Yeah, the Gods and Artifacts felt the same way. They try to connect this with flavor, but flavor is not enough of a connection for me. Just because they're flavorfully connected doesn't matter to me. And I also get what they're doing about in terms of legendary. Like, legends have this drawback to them that makes them hard to include 4 of. So in some ways, this is a move by Wizards to try to make legends that are more easily 4 ofs, because effectively it's a 2 of one and a 2 of the other, right? The problem with a legend is you draw a second copy and you can't do anything with it. This is trying to solve that problem by giving you something else to do. So I'm coming around on what it's doing from a design solution standpoint, and I'm trying to get over my it's like that. It's the way that in which Doomblade somehow feels better to happen to your creature than Essence Scatter. Even though it's the same thing effectively, right? There's something about this that's Essence Scattery to me in how it feels. But I think my big issue is the complexity of the ultimate choice. It's like, okay, you've decided as R&D that this is it. This is the evolution of 2 spells on 1 card. It's the modal double face card. We did it, gang. This is it. The pinnacle. What are we going to do? We're going to put Ice Cauldron on one side, and we're going to put Illusionary Mask on the other side. Like, why did you have to go to this level of complex? Like, okay, you've decided this is where you want to go with this double face modal thing. Why did you have to crank up the complexity to 12? Like, I don't understand why they went so complex with these. I think that's the big thing for me. And they did it last time too. The equipment and the gods. It's like maybe they felt like they needed to do that to quote feel rare. But look at like the adventures. Speaking of 2 spells on 1 card, not a modal, but adventure cards. What I appreciated about adventure cards is that they felt rare, even though the rules text on them was common and uncommon level. So I think you can get away with these cards feeling rare without overloading them with text. So that's my big issue to end this little soapbox here, is that my hugest issue with these cards, even after I get over my Doomblade versus Essence Scatter feeling about how they're approaching modal double-faced, is the complexity. I just think they completely did that wrong, and it was a mistake. But that's just me. That being said, and to actually evaluate this for our card pool, Nasari, Dean of Expression, is excellent. The TLDR on this friend is you get to cast stuff off your opponent's deck each turn, and that's cool. Conspiracy Theorist, also pretty powerful. Draconic Intervention is probably playable. It's got a little bit of a setup cost, but it's a sweeper you can have in your back pocket. So I think the red here is strong enough that we really want to try and play this red between the flip side of this one, the Conspiracy Theorist, and a sweeper. And then the Quill is also powerful, so maybe some red-black, and we do have red, black, white lands. I also want to take a look now at, let's just sort by color, and I want to see, I want to look at our campus situation. So we got a Prismari campus, Quandrix, Quandrix, Quandrix. So our campus situation doesn't really support the rare lands. The campuses are looking more Teamery, and the rare lands are looking more Mardu-y. But let's now actually look at our spells. I'm going to go back to rarity. I want to look at our uncommons now. Revitalize, reduce to memory. That's a nice one to have access to. It gives them a nice body behind, but getting rid of any non-land permanent. Nice. Kelpie Guide, powerful. Eye Twitch, playable. Plumb the Forbidden seems like it has applications, but I haven't run it yet or had anybody really run it against me. Luis was talking about using this as like a combo piece in green-black. Hall Monitor doesn't seem very good. Double Thrill. Explosive Welcome could see play if we feel like we're getting up to the high end. I mean, this is a 2-for-1. It's just an 8-mana 2-for-1. And maybe I should just almost be sorting by school on some level, especially these gold cards. Looking at these gold cards. Fracture is not really a main deck card, but Humiliate and Killian sure are. Deadly Brew. Not a lot of gold here, honestly. I guess there's some down here. Look at these. Yeah, we're pretty deep in Mardu Pledge Mages. A couple of Spectacle Mages, Elemental Summoning. I think we want to be red based on our rares, so maybe I should start with that and then see what we want to add to it. It's not the slickest way to build it. There's sealed decks building is just hard digitally in general. But let's go now. Let's sort by color and cut the stuff we're just not going to run, which tends to be these. cut all those pretty ones. Yeah, I don't think the blue looks strong enough here. There's a couple of decent things, but nothing to write home about. So I think we're going to get rid of blue as a consideration. Of course, this is a red card for us. I want to go more control-y, but you do need your 2-drops. I hate these spirits. I don't like combat tricks here. Probation. I kind of just want to cut. I'm going to cut all of these lessons. Nice that they have this symbol on it for easy finding. So we got some decent lessons. We are missing that key lesson everybody wants to see, I'm sure, in sealed, which is the environmental sciences, right? No environmental sciences to bail us out. Glad you like that, Gannett. I've been waiting to use that one. I mean, come on, Magic Spell. It's a great song, and it's called Magic Spell. I had to decide how to use that one. Anyway, back to this. Oh yeah, Onslaught. This is a good sign for supporting the Quill. We can play the Fanatic. Maybe one warning. I don't think we're playing 2 though. Pilgrim of the Ages is good, but like I cut away the white and it really kind of disappeared on us. I didn't tell people whether we're doing best of 1 or best of 3. I feel like for a gauntlet style thing here, I should do best of 1 to support getting as many people who took the time to do this with me on the air as possible. But also day 1 is going to be best of 1 or best of 3. You get to choose. So it's legit to, if the final format that we were practicing for was all best of 3, I would kind of insist on that, but you can do this best of 1. So let's keep that in mind. Really, I'm seeing, funny enough, like black-red. Don't like this too much. Don't like that. We'll play an Eye Twitch. Explosive Welcome, that seems expensive, but not playing that. Enthusiastic Study, yes. Sudden Breakthrough, maybe 1, probably not 2. Yeah, that. Yeah, that. No Hall Monitor. And yeah, that. Yeah, day 2 is all best of 3. But since it's legit to practice best of 1 is all I'm saying, even though day 2 is all best of 3. Let's see. That's not good enough. That's okay. Let's just see if there's any green that pulls us in. Emergent Sequence helps with colors. Mage Duel is good. Professor is power creep at this slot. When I was a boy, we got 3 2s for 4 that made 1/1s with no abilities. Carrick Wrangler, okay as well. I don't know about this. Wow, I'm not liking this. I'm liking this pool a lot less here, but I think we do go the Mardu plan. I don't like splashing these, but boy, we have a lot of white when it comes to combining it with black and red. Like that. But like if we cut the green, probably cutting the pennant. Yeah, these snarls are okay, but really sad we didn't get any campuses to support this plan. Relic Sloth is technically Mardu-y. I'm just cutting everything that's not Mardu. Cram Session can be cast in this deck. Don't want that, though. Don't want that. No. No, 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 no. This is playable here. Might not be good, but it's playable. I'm still down on Access Tunnel because mana is that hard. I just like colors out of my lands. So this is, well, this at least gives us cuts. So now let's take a look at this on Curve. Yeah, the campuses do suggest Teamer. We'll take a look at that, I suppose. I didn't, at least it gives us the red. That's fair. But I'm going to export one and then we can take a look at the other. We'll call this, like, I want to get this to where I would run it. 32, 31, 30. Just seeing. So 30, want to cut at least 6, if not 7. Got this quad Pledge Mage. Probably don't need all those. Defend can go. I don't think we need this. These are a little better at 5. Where else are our... I can cut Sudden Breakthrough. Even though I like the Treasure, helps with the splash. Maybe we just even cut the white. It really makes these tough because there's double black and double red down the middle. But I'm not sure what else to do with this particular build. But maybe I have to cut too much. Maybe we do need to splash. And maybe that's why the campus, the Teamer plan is appealing, because this is really tough on the mana, to be honest. I know that Senryoku attempts to build packs as Wizards builds packs, but it's a tough problem. I think the answer is it's close enough. I mean, it does all of the must have this, must have that, does some color balancing, but I don't think it's perfect. It's not like he's doing this off of Wizards collation maps or anything. All right, yeah, this is this pool is kind of weak. I mean, there's no big bomb we're trying to get to, so I worry about a control. Like, what is the plan of this deck? Are we really just trying to get there with Pledge Mages? We're going to play some 3-drops and just get there? That seems like a stretch. And maybe I should drop this 8-drop. Like, but let's start here. 27, 26, 25. Let me make one more cut and look at the overall, like, what should we be cutting? 17 creatures. So I think letting go of a creature here, probably just another one of these Pledge Mages. Which one are we kind of trying to be more? We need more black early, so like maybe cutting the red Pledge Mage. I'm going to export this and just get it into the app at least. into Arena for consideration. Mardu sealed. We'll call that. And then I'm going to head back here. And let's see, can we cut everything? Build it this way. So now we're looking at finding the Quandrix campus. So let's look at Teamer. And I'll put in 2s because we need them. Oops, not that 2. Cram session, emergent sequence, yes. Reject is playable. Yeah, that's my problem, Siriana, right? Like, no college is saying us, except because red is good, black is good, but none of the other colors are particularly good, meaning that red and black don't pair together, and that nothing else is really screaming at me, right? But that being said, let's take a look at this. There is some interesting stuff going on here that could work in this color vein. Spectacle Mages, Kelpie Guides, Frost Tricksters. This gets both sides of that, although there's really nothing for the blue side. We got like one spell. Draft Sim Sealed Deck Builder. That would be one way to do it. I'm going to actually try and build using my brain, but maybe that's a big mistake. Sudden Breakthrough, maybe one of those. Where does that put us? Let's cut the lands again so I can just see. Okay, well, this gives us cuts. We could do this kind of splashing the blue. You know, like cut the Reject and the Adept, and then we have kind of a green-red core here. No blue in the 2-drops, at least. The blue starts at 3. You still want it, but hopefully the heavy campuses will help us on that front. And then this Explosive Welcome still concerns me. We do have double Spectacle Mage, so I'm going to keep it in. Maybe this Wrangler, even though I was talking it up as having gotten a lot better. Oh, wait, this is the Countermaker. Are we doing this? Maybe we're not really doing this. Oh, yeah, it's true. I guess you just had to cast spells to make this work. But I was thinking in terms of, like, do we have things that care about +1/+1 counters? Maybe this is good enough just on the casting of spells. What's our current split anyway? 15. Yeah, so we're on a 15. Do you like it, True? I mean, you're right. It just needs casting spells, but do you actually like this? I find it not super impressive, but maybe we need... Yeah, we're not super dense on spells, although we're going to get stuff out of the board. We're going to get stuff back. So maybe we could do that. And then this is more of a 4, right? This is a 5. This is a 5. Maybe just cut the Pledge Mage. Oh, I don't find it very good at all, Sirion. I don't think this is very good. Yeah, but I think we have to do this one just because the mana is better. I think since the other one didn't leap out at me as obviously better. I mean, it has the Mage Hunter's Onslaughts are what I'm sad to lose out on here mostly, and the Poet's Quill, honestly. But I think we should try this and see where we get with it. And I think we want all of this. I want all these 2s. So something's got to give. Could just be the Sweeper, but I think it should just be the Pledge Mage. That's what I keep coming back to. Although we don't have a lot of beef, like a 5/5 in the format is pretty decent. Like there's a lot of 4/4s running around, so getting a 5/5 can just stonewall the ground effectively. But I'm going to try it without for right now. Export this after I bring those lands back in. You like Access Tunnel? I can't do it. I guess I could do it as like an 18th land, but having Access Tunnel be one of my 17 just feels so bad. From a color standpoint, in a 3-color deck, that's my big concern. Oh, of course. Well. And this is Temur Sealed. Audio here. Brian you find yourself running 16. I find myself running 17 or 18 more than usual. I just find that I have so much to do with mana throughout the game that I just want to I want to keep drawing it. He says, almost guaranteeing the floods today, but so it goes. Let's see. Sideboard. I want to make sure I'm not... Ugh, hate this interface. Looking for rares in the board I don't want to craft. I'll craft the Quill because we might come back and make the other one. But if there's any junker rares, I want to get them out of here, especially in those. I'll make those lands too. Why not? All right, sure. I don't want this swamp. And we need less blue, more red. This gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue naturally, plus 7 on the sequence. Although it's a dangerous one. You go get your island here, they can just kill it, right? So, but 7 sources that way. Red then has 4, 5, 6. We need more red. And green has 3, 4, 5, 6. We need more green. So really green and red the rest of the way up here. Now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green, 5, 6, 7 red on the sequence, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. That's maybe too much blue. I like 1 down on the blue and 1 up on the red. But this is tough. I don't like having when I have a green card that is trying to be my fixing, I really love to have 9 green sources because then it becomes really reliable to count this as a source for your other colors. 8 is a little under that, you know, by 1. I did the math and I'm not happy about that, but I think this is the nature of the sealed pool we have. And also, I mean, but this is why I'm going to run Teamer. It's really the lands. If you swap out campuses, this Quandrix campus for like the white-black land and this Prismari campus for the red-white campus, we'd absolutely be in the other colors. Biomathematician being called out is kind of weak here. Maybe so, but it's still like with no synergy, it does put 3 power and 3 toughness on board for 3. We do have some synergy. It could get this fractal land, but I get it. We don't have that many fractals. If we don't play this, what are you looking to run? You just want to replace it straight up with an 18th land access tunnel? I don't know. Don't know about that. Let's see. Got to look at the right place too. And we do have we have all these pledge mages. I didn't bother dipping into them, but we do have a double red pledge mage that might be better than the biomathematician. Let's try that. A little pricey. It means, you know, double red. It's our only choice, which I don't like. I'll run it. I just want to get on with it now, so I'm going to do that. Let's make sure there's no bling redemptions here. Didn't notice that. No bling redemptions. All right, let's just go with this as is. Yeah, I'm going to pass on the tunnel for now. Maybe, but for those of you who wanted to tunnel over like that creature, yeah, well, we can pretend the pledge mage is a tunnel. See what happens. Sure, Radianware. I'm going to challenge Radianware, or you can challenge me. Oh, except my buddies are borked, of course, because thanks, wizards. But we can do it this way. Yeah, you're just going to need to paste your name. Here's me. You get my ID is there on in chat. So right above you in chat there, Radianware, GoingOptimal pound 32646. So I do not love this pool. We were land driven in the end in terms of how we're approaching it. And now we get our first question mark. We got 2 of our 3 colors, and everything in our hand is the 3rd color. Bleh. Oppo going first. Man, if this Mage Duel were just a 3-drop creature, it would be so much easier to keep this, because we can say, hey, any land, and we get to do this on 3, but this is not even a thing we can do on 3 with this hand. I think I got a mulligan. It's just too risky. This looks better. I'm going to ditch the Spectacle Mage without blue in the hand, and then we have Amplimancer, Zoomancy with any land. Greater efficiency in syllables. Syllabic efficiency. That's the pound key. Hashtag is a thing that people came up with to use the pound symbol, but it is the pound symbol. Let's be clear about that. whippersnappers. All right, start with that. I've had less to say these days, so I have not been beleaguering the start of an event here. It's always been the hash key, like in the 70s and shit? No way. Interesting. I wonder if that's how it became, because I'd never, to me, the pound symbol had nothing to do with hash until Twitter. Like, that's where it became hashtag. I had no idea it was ever referred to before that. We have an enthusiastic study here. We're gonna send in our creature, see if Radianware wants to block. We do expose ourselves to a possible 2-for-1. Radianware has 3 colors of mana and all of it open. Like, this could be an expel. It could be something like that. Maybe even just let the Amplimancer trade, although... Yeah, and with Radianware taking it anyway, that's good. I'm almost glad Radianware didn't put me under the pressure of having to decide whether to fire this off into open mana. This lets us just take the 2, drop our other one. Yes, I could play the Dean of Perfection, but the Dean of Perfection is perfectly terrible in this deck. We're gonna this is basically a mono red card for us. Unless we were desperate. Like, if we needed a 2/2 for 2, or we were gonna die because we didn't have more, we are stuck on 3, then sure, we play it. But the idea is you're only casting the Dean in this deck of Perfection if you're in a desperate scenario. Certainly I know hash mark. Like, if you had asked me what's a hash mark, I would have described the pound symbol basically. So I suppose in my head I would have understood what someone meant by that. But yeah, I never heard it heavily used with that phrasing until Twitter. Yeah, I mean, really, it's the number symbol, right? If we were to translate that into, if I type that symbol and then a numeral, we would say, oh, number 3, number. That's a big smack. Can we survive it? Only 1 card left for Radianware, so we're going to try and stabilize from here. But not making any blocks here. Just got to take this big hit. All right. I was going to play Zoomancy, but Muse blocks the Inkling. Put myself in a spot where I kind of have to block, whereas like if I play this, I can put the 4/3 in front of Radian's 4/3 and be happy with that exchange, and then the 1/1 and a 2/2 can block here. I think we could play Zoomancy for now. Get 2 creatures out, and then follow with this for the air support. But I'm going to leave everything back to maximize our blocks, since Radianware seems to be going aggro and trying to finish us off before we can stabilize. So I want to be conservative with my attacks and try to play defense until a little clearer. That's a good sign that Radianware didn't see any attacks for the ground creatures. Now, if we draw a basic land, we could go for the Dean here, but we didn't, so I'm just going to take the Maelstrom Muse. That's fine. But still no attacks. Yeah, I'm worried about, definitely worried about an enthusiastic study from Radianware. That would be an excellent play, although at least with the Maelstrom Muse, we would still successfully block. Who wants to go next? Lunatics. Okay, Lunatics. Noted. Oh, CBL's probably not even on. I restarted. Oh, no, it is. It's just being itself. I've now given it focus. You let me know if that helps. Yeah, we have this card in our sideboard. Didn't play it because our mana didn't really support it. We went with the thing we had campuses in. We're in a casual gauntlet of sorts, Flip. We decided people wanted to see Sealed practicing for the big open coming up, and rather than pay gems and gold to do Arena on Sealed, I figured why not just do some pickup Sealed with chat. Oh, I don't think this is very playable, but that hurts. Hamster, I want to know. I want to hear from Radian why they're playing this. I don't think this is main deckable. Yeah, we can cram Session to gain some life and potentially even. Although we do get to block, the Muse does get to block this next turn. So, yeah, this is a lesson. But did they go get it? Did they learn, or was this main decked? That's my question. Learn to, oh, the Quill has learn. Sorry, thank you. Appreciate that. I was trying to figure out where the learn was, and I didn't see it. Now I see it. I thought, I forgot this had learn. I just like this as a +1/+1 lifelink, honestly. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Now, no questions for Radianware, other than nothing better than that, or maybe they just think they can get there with this. That's fine, too. But we're going to go cram Session and then decide what to do from there. Yeah, let's take this, and then we can destroy the Quill. Boom. Even get a pest, yep. Ouch. That was my bomb you just made go away. I didn't like that at all. I don't like this at all either. It means we're going to lose our Muse. I mean, there's no way that this is not getting killed, but I also don't know what to do about that. What are we walking into here? What's for 1 white? Someone tell me what Radianware has for white that has them attacking into this 2/4. God's willing, but that's not... I mean, you wouldn't just do that. Thank you, Hat. Let's take a look. Defiant Strike, Ephemerate, God's Willing, Mana Tithe, Swords to Plowshares. I don't understand. Even Defiant Strike doesn't make sense. Well, let's find out. Swords doesn't make sense either. Just a bad attack or a bluff attack? Yeah, I don't know. We did our homework, we looked, and there was nothing there to really punish us. We do get to scry here. And now that the air is clear and the ground is pretty clogged, I'm going to start getting in with the Muse. And I could just scry now, but we actually have Amplimancer activations too, so we want to wait and do this at the end of turn and threaten Amplimancer activation. Maybe so, Tron. Could be that Radianware thought Muse couldn't block there. Those of you who've been bold enough to come on air and play me and have made some mistake on air, you have a, you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like to mess up in front of everybody. We're gonna bottom that. I'm gonna draw naturally though. Funny, this does nothing yet. We need to exile an instant or sorcery. We got none. But I'm gonna keep sending our Muse. I guess I could send an Amplifier, an Amplimancer. If they block with a Campus Guide, I'm willing to pump to trade. And if they block with the other two, I could just do that as well. So I'm gonna send in Amplimancer and Muse with the ample bodies down below. Which card are we talking about? This one? It does a unique thing. In Sealed here, we have an underpowered Sealed deck, and this does act as an adjustable sweeper. I mean, you need to have the cards to adjust with, and we don't right now. And we don't have, you know, so it's got this, when you look at the entire possible outcomes with this card, it has this unfortunate one that we're in right now, the uncastable state. But I think it's if you are drafting around this and you take a nice range of CMCs of converted value, or what do they really call it now? Mana value, MV. Then it gives you some flexibility. So I think it's playable, but it has some and it's a strikeout home run kind of card. It's going to be great sometimes, and it's going to be unplayable sometimes, but it does do something pretty unique such that I'm willing to give it its chance, especially in an underpowered sealed pool. That'll help me, Hat. Thanks. It's like MVP, but without the P. Guardian. Right now, still just trying to win in the air and to an extent on the ground. And I'm going to remember to scry here. Do we want to upkeep scry? Trouble with upkeep scry is it leaves us with nothing to play. I'd rather just take the chance on the upkeep. Kelpie Guide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I keep binning these lands that are turning off the Kelpie Guide, but still playable here. Although I should have attacked first. I just made it so I can't really attack with the Amplimancer. Not even sure we care about activating the Kelpie Guide. Right now, it's like Radianware, answer our flyer, we're going to win. It's several turns away. I'm not thinking we're just going to... I don't think that this game ends 6 attacks from now with Maelstrom Muse, but this is plan A until Radianware does something about it. Yeah, at this point, I'm not going to bother upkeep scrying because I'll take, lands aren't bad, spells aren't bad, it's all fine. Why not attack with Big Bear? Because they've got Big Guide, and I just want to keep the ground clogged. Hey, Robert, welcome. So, Radianware going for Rising the Kelpie suggests that they're going to fetch something to deal with the Maelstrom Muse. Maybe exiled, we draw a card, something like that. Or summoning. All right, well, I'm a little surprised Radianware took the Kelpie as opposed to the flyer, although the Kelpie does become super annoying in a couple lands from now. 1 land from now. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this and this. And see, like, we could attack with this, I suppose, and then have this back to threaten the pump block. I suppose we could do that. I think they just probably trade off there or a block here, but that's fine too. And they're at 11, so I'm with you now. At 9 life, we have the cushion to get extra aggressive. And no pump needed here. Probably is Radianware's whole turn. We're going to scry and... Sudden breakthrough. Do you want that? I should have waited until they went through their attacks, but I don't care if Radianware wants to bring the 2/5. Let's do it. Do we want that? They're kind of compelled to block, and it does turn blocking into wins, so I'm going to keep it. Gives us a 2-mana spell to exile to the intervention, if we felt that were important. Let's see. Do we have pump? Yeah, we have pump and breakthrough. So I'm going to send everything. And although, this is an interesting situation. I guess with pump and breakthrough, if they block each of these, we pump one and we break through the other to take out the 4/4. So I'm going to send everything at 9 and be happy with however they block. And we'll see what we want to do with our mana. Because now we get this discounted as well. Not that it matters, but, you know. So we don't get the Guardian, but I like breakthrough on here, pump here to save it, and then and we can't get, like, we can't win over here, so I'm not going to try to win or anything. We just go like this and like this. Gotta love bears that have late game impact. Well, just gonna keep powering in. They've got to basically block both Amplimancers or they lose. And one of them trades, the other one we can pump to bounce. That's fine. Wife is checking in with me. She's down in Arizona visiting her parents' place for the first time since her father passed away last year. And an emotional week for my wife as she goes to visit them in her own way. I mean, they are both my in-laws have passed, but it's a verklempt kind of week for my wife as she is kind of steeping in parental memories right now. Good game, Radian. Looking, what sweeper did you have? Crux of Fate. I had the Draconic one in my hand, but there was never a reason to do it. All right. So since my buddy system is completely borked on this account, I'm going to need next competitor to post their ID. And so Lunatics, let me know how to get you. And here's me. All right. Oh yeah, what was with the Inkling attack? The chump attack, was it what was it, a bluff or a mistake? And if it was a mistake, what did you think was going on? Which card didn't you read? Did you we guessed that you thought that my blocker was still disabled. Was that what you were thinking, that the blocker was still disabled? Why are they struggling so much with friend system? It's really weird what things cause problems for engineers. I am not a highly technical designer. I've just have to trust my engineers when I work on games. But you never know what thing is going to be the pesky mess, in my experience. Not only is this stuff hard, as Metz says, it's just like, it's hard in ways that don't make any sense to the non-technical. It's like, why is that hard? Like, well, do you got an hour? I mean, I can explain what's going, but it's like, no, I don't. All right, sorry, let's go here. Challenge match, 40 card. Best of one, team or seal. Got a win, though. 1-0 on the road to day 2 here in our practice run. Oh, that's my job, Gannett, to be the one asking you for new features as you're trying to ship in 2 days or whatever. This is awkward. Like, there's nothing good about this hand in terms of early plays. Pillar drop on 4. Pledge Mage. This was going to be our, this is the one that our final include. So if you had some other thing you wanted to see in the deck, here it is. Whatever you wanted, here it is. All right, so let's see here, though. Am I keeping this is the question. Is it, we're on the play, so maybe we have time to get to the pillar drop. I'm going to be greedy and keep. This might be a terrible keep, but we're on the play. It's sealed, so it's a little slower. Pillar drop is a brick wall on the ground. And we have outs to all sorts of action, so I'm keeping. The difficulties of engineering are not your problem, Robert. You're perfectly allowed to be annoyed at Wizards for certainly at least shipping stuff that's not quite ready. So we got lucky to find a mountain for a 3-drop. At least that's good. But yeah, it's okay. It's fine that things are hard, but then don't launch them, you know? Wait till they're done and then launch them. We can duel if we need to, but ideally our next turn is just a pillar drop warden and an attack. Ooh, this thing is kind of needs to die, right? Like, if we don't kill it, they immediately start getting value out of it. So yeah, Mage's Duel it is. We'll play the campus. And hope they can't save it. Gotta go for it, though. I mean, this is a busto card because of how good it is early. You can't really just, like, hold this to play, quote, play around their removal. But you do put your opponent to an immediate test that just says, have some removal or I'm going to win this game. Now, we happen to have the removal, but it still did a great job because it stripped our hand of our only removal. I mean, I guess Explosive Welcome is, and we could get our card back. But just worth noting that. Here we could go Pillar Drop, but we'll just go for the Aerialist and try to get going in the air. All right, lots of open mana over there, but they got to pay an extra 2 to kill this thing, so maybe the ward will keep that alive. Here we can 2-spell with Kelpie and Amplimancer, and that helps us potentially get to Explosive Welcome sooner because we can untap lands even without the tap ability. You know, Kelpie Guide first. If there, I think there's like a counter unless you pay 2 or something. So just in case they're 3 coloring and doing that, play that first as the more valuable creature. We're somewhat playing into possible sweeper here, but I tend not to do that. I don't like play around rares, although there is some, and also Lunatics seem to be stuck on lands, so that explains the lack of creature plays. But now I'm at the point where if Lunatics were to pass to us having done nothing, I would not play the Pillar Drop Warden. I think we're done committing to the board until Lunatics commits back. That's great. Oppo Lunatics just used a 4-mana spell on a 2-mana creature. We're pretty happy with that. Am I willing to drop the Warden now? Yeah, I think so. Still somewhat some sweeper danger here, but I'm going to do it. I mean, we can get to the point where we can Explosive Welcome and buy it back. I kind of want to draw a land and have Lunatics play like a 3 toughness creature and just go 5 to the face, 3 to the creature. Hey, look! Well, I did get a land, but not quite in the way I was hoping for. But given that we are effectively drawing a land with the sequence here, I'm going to try and just... I don't think I should send the Aerialist, although it would almost certainly trade off here. But we have a plan. It's like welcome and pay the 3. We can tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do we tap? Mike wants to swing all. Why do you want to swing with the Kelpie Guide? We just don't care. I guess if they take the 3 in the air, you're happy with that? Yeah, they go to 5 no matter what. But if they block the Kelpie, I guess we're happy with that too. If they block the Kelpie, we don't get Explosive Welcome next turn is my own issue. We can untap our own land, but it's still not 8. I mean, this is 8. If that's what you're talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, next turn. Yeah, we can send the flyer and the 1/3 for sure. I just don't want to risk the Kelpie. I think they just have to block and trade. If they don't, I mean, we just get them in lethal range next turn. Two ward creatures engaging in combat and eliminating their respective abilities from relevance. Interesting. Anything we're light on, we kind of have everything color-wise, so it doesn't really matter. We'll take another red. Now it's lethal with any 3 toughness single blocker, because we can use Kelpie and these 7 lands to kill it, and then these get in for 2. So yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, we could untap for Scry, but we don't even need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I guess we could use it. If we find a basic land, then we win because we can attack with both of these, so we should. Yeah, that's not the land that would get that done. All right, so we are going to go 3-5, but it's not going to be lethal this turn. But it sure gets us close. And I like doing it with Lunatics tapped out as well. 5 damage to any target, and then 3 damage to any other target. I guess rather than attack, I could just use this mana to buy it back. And then we'd have it guaranteed next turn. I'm going to do that. We could get discarded and have it exiled. That would be stinky. But then that probably takes much of their turn, and we still have 2 creatures anyway. They could also kill our mountain and prevent us from being able to recast it. And they do have a removal spell in hand. But they need to do something else as well, because then we have Guide to attack for the win in that case. But 4 mana on a creature, 3 mana to kill the mountain could get it done. Yeah, the green-blueness of the lands from Emergent Sequence is funny, because they... Looks like they're doing something else. All right, good call from Lunatics to stay alive there. We missed on the draw, but we're going to 2-spell with our creatures and hopefully get there next turn. I think with the Trickster, maybe we just leave this, because if they're at 1, if they manage 2 blockers, Trickster just gives us the win. I suppose if they manage 2 blockers, Trickster out still gives us the win as well. But this would survive. Like if Lunatics is on some sort of sweeper, holding Trickster to freeze a defender also plays around a sweeper better. So I'm going to do it this way. You can make a case for either one, getting 3 creatures wide for lethal or setting up to freeze for lethal, but this plays around just a little bit of extra stuff. So now they need something to remove one of our creatures and something to add another creature to the board. So feel like we've got this one, but it is not 100%. There are cheap stuff that Lunatics could find. Play some random 1-drop to chump and get one of the 3 mana removal spells from sideboard, but looks like that's not what they have. So I think we've got this one. And I am just gonna try for the pin to start. No, oh, sorry, that was the one that's mislabeled. Hold on, I'm gonna fix that button. I want to fix that button. This is not right. I picked Chilling Trap instead of the proper chill, which is Strixhaven Chill. There we go. Now it should do what I want when I press this button.
All right, everyone, chill.
Sorry, Lunatics, I had to fix my memes. I know you understand. Ah, Helix is going to keep him alive. We can break through and get him back to 1. I wish I could kill my own creature here, but can't. Although getting the treasure for next turn seems fine, so I'm going to go ahead and get the damage and the treasure. But well done to stay alive, Lunatics. Love it. You're not making it easy. But this is for Lunatics.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
And the Helix back. Excellent. Come on, you got to applaud that. That's just great. But kind of got to use it right now, or we're going to get there on mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might on a basic land draw anyway. Hey, Victor, welcome. Yeah, really well played, Lunatics. Love it. Nicely sequenced. And yep, pretty much had to do that. And we did find the land to make this very difficult for Lunatics next turn. At this point, we send in the Trickster and try to get a trade, and then we do the Historian thing to make a ground blocker as well. Oh, it comes into play tapped. Okay. Well, it doesn't even matter. Like, the main thing is whether it blocks or not. I mean, we're at 20. The relevant point is that the Leech Fanatic generates 3 points of life for Lunatics next turn. So yes, I got that. I got the functionality wrong here, but it doesn't change the assessment in terms of Leech Fanatic being able to add 3. I suppose that was instant speed too. I could have waited, but whatever. But it's true, like now if this gets hit with sorcery speed removal, I'll feel silly because I didn't need to do that main phase. Yeah, Pilgrim's not going to be good enough here because we have the lands to get this done. So very well hung on by Lunatics, but I think we're going to get it. 5-3. Auto pay. So we got you, Lunatics, but bravo. Well played. I thought we were going to get you like 3 turns ago. We did, however, get there. I'm going to give a hair toss since it's chat.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Super good game. Well played, Lunatics. No worries, Tuesday. Let's see if this works. You got me at 26,633. All right. Friend challenge system. Oh, just when I was about to bail. Like, look at Arena being like, fine. I'm going to try to remember to cut that out. Boy, if I did remember, and you're on YouTube and just it snapped to here, boy, did you miss out on a bunch of boring stuff as we tried to get this tech to work. Jeez. We're going to keep this. I've got Amplimancer or Sequence on 2. Probably Sequence looking for blue to get this mage going and get this explosive welcome online sooner. Ramp, bam. Oh, now we don't even need to emergent sequence to get our blue. I'm going to start with the campus, of course, and probably just go Amplimancer into Spectacle Mage, and then potentially sequence Cram Session on 4 seems good. That's how powerful Learn is. 1 mana Learn is just like, fine, I'll pay an extra to, get environmental sciences and be sure to get all my mana. Seems good. Seems good, Tuesday. And could go with a sequence to get 5 on 4, but that actually doesn't get us very far. I'm going to stick with the plan and Spectacle Mage here. Yeah, so the crash through T1 didn't need a target. The thing about Academic Dispute is that it does need a target creature to even pull off the kind of cycling my lesson. So nothing here kind of like gets them. Probably just want to go Professor of Zoomancy, actually. If we can cast this next turn, though, let's see. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn is just 6, so we can't cast it next turn anyway. So I think I like land Professor here, and then next turn we can do Cram Session Sequence and still get a 2/2 out of the sequence as well. Can send in 1 power blocker. One of these will get through for 2. Quandrix Apprentice, love this card. This is even better, though. That thing's got to die, and soon. Not that we just have the ability to kill it because we want to, but we're close. With sequence and land next turn. If everything lives, we should have it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we need to still draw a land, but if we draw a land, we'll get there. Guess more green. And we'll pledge it up over Cram Session. If there was a way to guarantee Explosive Welcome next turn by cramming and getting something from the board, I would, but I like Pledge Mage out, then Cram Session at least activates this. I should be thinking about attacks, of course, before running all this stuff out there. And because I could have had Amplimancer with activation, for example, but got ahead of myself, although I'm not sure I would have even threatened it. I really did want to do this turn. That being said, I will offer Professor and Mage. Mage can be blocked single-handedly by the Warden, but then that would take Warden off of being able to single-handedly block the Professor. So either something gets through, or there's a trade for the Zoomancy, and I would trade the Zoomancer for either of the 2/2s. So all right, this is a little rough, especially because killing the Spectacle Mage takes us off of Explosive Welcome next turn, even if we are to draw a land. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully we just want to keep this elite within range of the 5 before, like if this gets to 6/6, we're just done for. And it's expensive to double. So right now this doesn't get it to 6/6, but it would kind of take it out of range. Might even have to cram Session for a desperation answer. Although that's a nice, hey, that's, I can get behind that. So new plan, we're gonna bounce this and get our Spectacle Mage back. Reset it, and then it's not an instant, so... But I like that. It helps keep this thing down long enough for us to kill it. I should think through, though, attacks. Maybe I want to send in first. They could double counters, make a 4 here. That still lets us kill, trade with this one and this one. So I'm going to send in the same pair as last time and see what they want to do about the Amplimancer. We could be forced into something with the Amplimancer, but I'm okay with that. If we get forced into an Amplimancer pump, we can delay things for a turn. All right, so not sure what Tuesday has to win this combat, but we're gonna go ahead and take the pump and see what happens. This probably gets us blown out, but it shouldn't be like a game-swinging blowout as long as we have the Helix to reset the elite. That's fine, really. It's just a 1-for-1. One for one, it costs us some mana, but only a 2 mana card. But ultimately, we spent 7 mana on this card total, so we're left with a mana disadvantage on that axis. Say no blocks. They want to go for the double. That's great, in that it keeps us. It basically taps them out and lets us Ether Helix reliably. Pillar drop is scary. It means that something here gets rebought. A lot of good things to rebuy. Hey Jim, how's it going? There's our land that would ostensibly let us have cast this if we had our cost reducer, but we don't. And I'm gonna go ahead and bounce this thing now, I think. And we can even cram Session after that. I don't think we have... We might have attacks with the Pledge Mage, but the 1/5 Warden just stops a lot of stuff. I could have gotten the 2/2 and recast it, but I'm hoping to... I want to cast this again for cost reduction, potentially, and as a better card in general, as a flyer. Although it doesn't pump. It could be argued that this is the better card long game because of the pumping. We can cram, though. Let's cram and figure out what's going up, what we're going to get. What shall we learn? We can destroy artifact or enchantment. We can annihilate. We got a lot of stuff. We got some decent lessons for sure. Basic conjuration. I suppose we could get a backup plan for killing this in case our explosive welcome doesn't work. So yeah, this is the... Let's take the removal, and it also does get cheaper with our Spectacle Mage as well. 4/2 does not get through a 1/5 though, so we're done here. I guess we could send again this and put them to a test, but then we don't have much on for the crackback. I'm gonna keep things back. And with 7 mana, we have Spectacle Mage cast Introduction. If we find 8th mana, we can just cast this. Yeah, I don't know what cauliflower. Maybe they've solved. Maybe it works differently than I thought, and that somehow in sealed. I don't know. I really don't understand what's going on with the rules on that front, Collie. Pretty good card there. We got some good ones behind ourselves, but that hurt. I just want the land and we can kill 2 things right now. There's the land. We can just kill 2 things right now. We make a bunch of red though, so we can't actually do anything with the triple red behind. But getting Warden and Elite right here feels great. Although a lot of stuff you could make an argument for. The Kiln Artist is a little scary, but we have First Strike on the ground. We do have this to follow as well. So I'm going to go with Welcome, going for 5 on the Warden and 3 on the Elite. It's definitely a constructed thing, but maybe it's because we put it on 40 cards. Maybe if we'd had it on 60 cards, it would have done it how we thought. But yeah, that's what's confusing me, because we had somebody in this event say that they couldn't access the wish they were, or the lesson they were expecting to be able to access. Ow, ow, ow. That's pretty good, actually. Dies into something extra. Still gives us a play here. I'm not going to play the Annihilation now. I'm just going to play 2 creatures. And am I chumping? Probably not. I would block with this. We don't know what this card is. I'm going to send definitely the Pest. Just trying to figure out how aggressive to be here. But I suppose we should have multiple blockers back, so I'm going to only send the Pest. Not sure if there's pluses to the team that I'm supposed to be worried about, but I kind of feel like, I guess the let's see, they have double pump here. I guess gotta watch out for that. Maybe I should have kept this to chump that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this can go to 4 and then to 8. 8 is not 9. We could just take it, and if Tuesday wants to put all of their action into here, we could go to 1. But I guess what I'll do is chump with the Historian, since I want it dead anyway. Make them do that, at least the 1 pump. And then throw the land on the Kiln and let the Apprentice go. That's my plan. It's a lot of action for Tuesday. Let's see what we can do about this. Need some draws here. Well, that's a draw. Is it in time? Is it enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We play this, we can't do anything else. I think we need to just, like, one of these needs to trade off, one of these needs to get annihilated. We have to annihilate this one. It's the one that requires most mana from Tuesday. So, like, we could make them work with this, but this one is just naturally sits here at 6/2 and is blockable, never gets bigger toughness. We can't really block and win against Amplimancer, so I'm going to kill the thing we can't really block and beat. And then hope against hope that somehow we survive the next turn. Then we can drop the red side of this double-faced and have a chance to recover. Probably need to chump here. Certainly leaving both back, because if Tuesday gets our mage, we're going to need to chump the Kiln Artist. This could be a spot also where we just say, look, we don't have time for the 4/4. I need to play a 2/2 for 3 to give us extra blocks. That might be the thing to do here. It's just that this is how we win the game long, if it goes long, I think. So it's pretty risky, but I think I'm going to risk it, because if we can land this on the red side, it actually does give us the power to take over the game if Tuesday's running low on stuff. Not that we know that, but I think you got to take some risks in a spot like this to try and win a game, and running this out as a 2/2 for 2 that does nothing besides block is not going to win us more games than taking a chance, waiting, and actually playing a card that can win us a game like the Dean of Expression. Yeah, interesting attack. Basically holding this back until we make something else. So that's interesting. I think I just chump the 3/2, gain a life, and go to 8 here. You like trade with a 3/2? The thing is, it seems like Tuesday wants us to trade so that they can eventually start getting this in. Yeah, I suppose we could chump. I just don't like counting on this being here to chump with. But we do get this back eventually. I'm going to go with my line, but I'm not sure, Mike. You might be right. Well, now we just need Tuesday to only have lands. Okay, we're just going to lose. I could wait around, but copying 12/12s is going to be too much for us. Too good, too good. I give up. No mas, no mas.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Good game, Tuesday. Could not stop that. All right, Prof, let's see if we can make this work. As a reminder, here is my profile, and we'll give it a shot. Right on, Jim. Congrats on your jab appointment. I hope you're feeling well enough. I believe you're talking about this one.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah!
All right, well, this doesn't seem to be working. I don't think it's case sensitive. Shouldn't be. Just the usual problems here. You got this for sure. You got this on lock. All right, let's try again. I wonder if you can do like... Nah, they force you to do best of 3. All right, so it's really all we've got. One more try. All right, that one worked. Is it case sensitive? Maybe it's case sensitive. I don't know. I don't know what's deciding whether this works or not, but we got into another game. That's good. We can keep this. Explosive Welcome is quite a ways off. But with Amplimancer, Pledge Mage, and a combat trick, I'm in. We can sweep for 3 off the study. Third land is good, although it's not one that helps us cast the Pledge Mage. But it does help us cast Enthusiastic Study on the Amplimancer. Spectacle Mage is nice because now we have Enthusiastic Study if needed, and if not, we have a 3-drop creature to play. I'm thinking this could be a time where Study gets us there. We'll see. Nope. They're going to say no blocks, so we're just going to go Spectacle Mage. You can make an argument for Pledge Mage too, but I like getting in the air and potentially getting this sooner. Although maybe that's a reason to lead with something else so that the Spectacle Mage lives long enough to reduce the cost of your 8-drop. I think so. One more should work. I can't promise after Kyle Thulu, but we'll do at least that much. This deck could have used a Cultivate big time. All right. This on 5 would be very nice. And we at least get Pledge Mage here. I'm expecting Amplimancer just cracks in for 2 and we drop Pledge Mage, but I don't see why they would block and cause us, or why we would use Study here. Bolted! Alright. Well, I'm about ready to do some sweeping here. Need to get a Study into the graveyard first, but maybe we'll just go ahead and play the this Dean first. Although, yeah, let's do Dean. We are getting to the point. This is about to grow out of range of intervention off of study. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the 4/4. Let's ask Prof a question, and it is, can you beat our bomb? Because this is our bomb, really. Dean is nutso once it gets going, if it's not stopped. I will trade off for the Amplimancer here. We're at 15. If there's some big crash in, I'll try to draw out a trick with the Amplimancer. I'm not going to block with the 4/4. There you go, that's why. This is not very good for us right now. Let's see, we could Enthusiastic Study. I kind of just like casting this anyway. I mean, it's only going to make a 1/1, but it's a thing, and although this is doing the job, I guess I'm going to go... The study still has a chance to get the Pledge Mage, so maybe I'll send in the Amplimancer here, looking to study. Yeah, I could do study on defense, but I don't know for sure we're going to get an attack. And I think I am going to just fire off the study here. It's got learn. We've got 6. We can go get something else to cast, potentially, although not that we have a bunch. But I'm going to go like this anyway. Ooh, maybe I got to figure out which one, though, because it depends on what mana we keep, depends on what thing we're going to cast here. Because we do have basic conjuration, we have reduced to memory. Maybe we reduce... oh, we can't cast reduce to memory. You have to actually have mana. We don't have white mana. Inkling summoning requires black. We can't do that. Containment Breach, does that have anything? Yeah, we could get the Campus Guide with Containment Breach. That's going to got with the Sweeper anyway, though. So I think we just get basic Conjuration and leave up green. Interesting. Yeah, let's take the Maelstrom Muse. That could make for a cheap explosive welcome. So could the other flyer, but I like this one. I don't know if you agree or not, but that seemed like a good pick. Really just hoping this Pledge Mage stays a 3/3 for one more turn here. Oh, another lightning bolt? Crazy. But we also get... the bolt is nice because if they do grow the Pledge Mage, we can get it in response. Yeah, now I think we should go for the intervention. And we lose our amplifier, right? But that's worth it. I'm going to see if this works. You like swing first? Why swing first? I want to swing for 4 here with this one. Little face damage. Oh, whoops! Forgot about that part of this guy. So they should be at 3. That was my mistake. Didn't read my rare. There's a lot of words on here, to be honest. To be fair, this card had me at 4/4 that casts your opponent's stuff each turn. Swing for 2 and not risk tapping Dean. I suppose. Boy, we just... If that was what they had, I think we were in great shape, though. I don't know about... I haven't heard Lords of Limited's opinion on Silver Quill. I'm also not as deep into the format as that gang, as limited resources in Lords of Limited. I just don't have as many reps as they do, but I've found it to be decent fun police, and there's just such good removal and aggressive creatures in the white-black that you can really put some pressure on. Yeah, I felt that way a little, Prof, but good game. Thank you for playing. Appreciate it. No, I didn't see Luis coming around on Silver Quill via the showdown. All right, so up next though, who was up next? Why don't you put your deets at the bottom again? Give me a refresher on who I'm challenging. This is who you're challenging. Thank you, Kyle. Crossing fingers here. This has been sketchy all day. Killian is crazy good. Killian is a build around. All right, this doesn't look like it's taking. So let's both try a restart, just to be sure, Kyle. How many accounts and people does it take to challenge your friends on Arena? Currently, 3 accounts and about 100 people. Yeah, I basically scooped Tarutha in one of our matches today, right? It was just like, oh yeah, we can't beat that. That's some power. 2 12-12s? Yes, you win. All right, we got it working. Record is right. We're 3-1 so far. Kyle looking to bring it closer. Me looking to put chat away on the day. No red, but Kelpie Guide. How greedy are we? Oppo on the going first. We are on the draw with a Kelpie Guide. I'm keeping. We're going to draw a mountain right off the top anyway. That's how I roll. I mean, a land right off the top. That's how I roll. And then we're going to get the mountain down the road. But now we got Kelpie Guide on 3. I like that. There's our mountain for... if it lives. We hope it does. I like the design of this card. You know, a 2/2... Rampant Growth is a strong card, but Rampant Growth making your land into a creature is a mixed bag. It's got pluses and minuses, of course. Here, we have 4 mana, but nothing really to do with it that's particularly good, so I'm just going to take the Kelpie Guide here. You like Theorist plus Amplimancer? I suppose we could have two-spelled. I like Kelpie Guide getting our bomb out ASAP. Make Kyle deal with it. Kind of double ramp is pretty cool. I mean, we went ramp spell into ramp spell, essentially. So if we can find a land, we have 6 mana on turn, what, 3? No, turn 4? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's true. This is a bomb, and we can soak up removal. But of course, if this soaks up removal, then we follow with this bomb, and we're pretty happy with that as well. I'm going to go for my plan here. What's this? Yeah, that could be scary, but I'm going to make him have it. Hovering over it. You never know if that's because they're reading it or because they're about to kill it. Well, I guess we'll find out. It's gonna die, but not this turn. That seems to be the case here. This is not an instant, so we don't get any sweet stuff there, but we can cast this. I'm in for that. Why not? They have to do this such that I feel like we should just cast this on the Kelpie Guide, honestly. Not the 4/4. Because we're going to lose the 6/6 to the Annihilation next turn, or we're going to be happy if they don't, so send in a big crash here. Looks like some life gain synergies in effect here. No life gain right now, but I like that possibility there. That's cool. Found some land. So we lost our bomb number 1, but we do have Theorist to work with, and maybe this is where we start getting a 2-spell thing going. Can also just send... Okay, we got 1... We have 6 mana available. What do we want to do with 6 mana is the fundamental question. We can go... How about Warden, Conspiracy Theorist? Kelpie with Study is also a good attack. That's fair. Maybe they block and we can get rid of that Alchemist. Let's try that. I like that. That's fair. We'll send in the Kelpie and then decide what to do after combat here. And with 5 mana, we could even just... oh, I guess we don't have... the target permanent in the graveyard for this. So then let's, with 5 mana, go Pledge Mage, Amplimancer. Or Pledge Mage... Oh, can't do Pledge Mage Theorist, because that's too much red. We have 2 red. We do have 2 red. Doesn't look like it's red, but we do have 2 red. So then I like... Yeah, Pledge Mage Amplimancer is the most mana, but I want to get the Theorist out, and that's just going to mean... we leave back a mountain to block. That's fine. We can attack, discard one of these 2, and then cast it. And there goes bomb number 2. We could go ahead and attack and just telegraph our various tricks. That seems fine to me, though. I guess Enthusiastic Study would be a 2-for-1 on the Pledge Mage that I'm willing to accept with the Amplimancer. So I'm going to send in Amplimancer and Guide. Yeah, we can get the Theorist back. That's true. I'm going to start with an attack, though, because if we can trade for the Pledge Mage here, I'm down with that. You don't like sending the Amplimancer? I mean, we're so advantaged on cards. I'm really fine with it. I'm really fine with a 2-for-1 of ourselves. Well, keep in mind we also have sudden breakthrough, which gives us first strike. Like if we need to, we can first strike up the Guide and not lose anything here. All right, I'm down with the... In fact, we can go study breakthrough if we want and actually win this combat. Like it's a different 2-for-1. Kelpie can't be killed through... Yeah, right. So anyway, I think we just go ahead and do both. We do this, figure out what we want to get. Probably just basic conjuring to continue looking for stuff. You take elemental summoning as well. Elemental summoning is pretty good. That's just a big creature that's relevant right away. I think we do that. I'm going to take that. And I think that's a fine result for us, given the card situation and life situation, all that stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana with no land, 8 mana, or 8 mana with no land, 9 mana with land, if we wanted to use this for untapping something. Just thinking of the maximum potential, we could go Pillar Drop, Warden, Helix, or Summoning, for example. Yeah, we had some issues, but have managed to have it going enough here. Probably Helix that out of the way and keep crashing in here with just the Guide, although the Guide doesn't really do anything now with in the face of the 2/5. So we might need to Pillar Drop back some action to help us even get through. But we could Helix and cast the... Helix back the Conspiracy Theorist and cast it. And if we did that, we could... If we're willing to trade off for the squad here, maybe we do that. Maybe we offer for the squad. Like, send the Amplimancer and see if they trade the squad for it. And then wherever they put the counters, Helix that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to offer send in the Amplimancer. This has the drawback of if they just block with the Alchemist, I might just have to let this go, but I think they might take the squad block. Yeah, I'm going to accept the squad block. That was somewhat risky, because if they had blocked with the 2/5, I think I would have just let my Amplimancer die. But that's what I was hoping would happen. And then we can undo this with this play. Could have even played the Pledge Mage. We do have the Kelpie Guide to have made mana there if we want. Theorist maybe not even the best in the face of a 2/5. Like, I don't know how... We don't attack very well into it. So there is that. But we can do a kind of a chump attack and draw an extra card, basically. Yeah, 2/5's doing some work here. We can pillar drop back some more action, spell action, to solve that problem. But we got to decide what order we want to do things in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to sack a creature. I guess we just let go the mountain creature. So that's fewer options, but draw a basic land, we can still do it all. But looking to not attack with the Theorist this turn, looking to play like Warden, Pledge Mage or something. Ooh, that's an interesting one to get back, but maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if we want to untap, use that to untap. So we could do Practical Research. That's an instant, though. I kind of just like Warden, Pledge Mage, continue to try and hold here, and see about next turn bringing something back with the Warden that's relevant. Maybe I shouldn't have done that with Treasure. Yeah, I don't know why I did that with Treasure. I forgot that. I see this as a 4/4 and kind of forgot we could use that for mana. I should have just used that for mana. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us. But I'm going to stay back on D here. All right, got some more land. I'm going to play it. Although Practical Research says we might want to discard. How does this work? Whenever you discard one or more non-land cards, you may exile one of them from your graveyard. If you do cast it, you may cast it this turn. So we can use Practical Research with Conspiracy Theorist even without attacking to get some value there. So maybe we want to try... Like, there's so many things we can get back with the Warden. And we can get back Study and have attacks. That's probably the best thing at 9, I suppose. And then if they go for a double block, we blow it. Like, they have to put the Alchemist at risk with the guide. So I am going to do that to start, I think. Allows us to be quite aggro and even send the Pledge Mage as well. Heck, could even send in the Theorist and pitch the Study, knowing that we really are going to cast it almost no matter what. Yeah, I think I'm on Send All. That's what I was just looking at. Send All and Loop Pillar Helix. How do we loop this? How are we getting this back? Oh, Helix? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's interesting, too. Is that worth it? That's an interesting angle. Siriana's suggesting we can get Helix back, get Warden back, and use Warden to get Helix, and so on and so on. No, I mean, we still... but yeah, that's too late now, right? But it was an interesting idea. So, sending all and pitching the Study. Ha, funny. It's pretty, actually a nice draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're one away from that. We're going to exile this. And it's till end of turn, right? I should read, cast it this turn. I just making sure I don't need to, like, it would really stink if I passed priority and lost the Study. That would destroy our whole plan. All right, I like this. We get study on the middle theorist here, trades off, and then pumps this for the win, and this already wins. I don't know what this is, but we're going to make him have it. Oh yeah, I said trade off, but this is actually going to win combat because of the extra toughness. So this is a great combat for us, depending on what Kyle here has to answer. But looks like we're just going to crush it here. And with all of these winning combat, like we're going to... our 3 to his 0 is going to be looking quite good for us. And we just want something like Introduction to Annihilation to make sure that if he draws something, we can remove it and get the 9 points in. Just so. All right. Another hair toss meme.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Good game, Kyle. Thanks for playing. Appreciate it. I hate when I forget to draw my good cards. Well, let's see. Have we got anybody else in the queue? I can do one more game here before we try and send it to Marshall. Might be, if Marsh isn't streaming yet, I might send you to somebody else. Is Luis up? Sometimes he's a nice gap bridger between Luis and Marshall. But yeah, I'm down, Timber. Let's play. Just checking out who we might alternate to if Marsh isn't ready after this. But yeah, let's start with taking on Timber Trannel here. Here's a reminder of this profile that I'm on. Good 26,633. Hey, like, no problem whatsoever. How about that? I could, Siriana, but I have stuff to do. I want to get on with my day, too. So, let's see. Oppo going first. We do have Amplimancer on only one of our 3 colors. That's a bit rough, to be honest. Although any land lets us Mage Duel on 3, which is also pretty good. I'm going to be super greed and keep this on the strength of Amplimancer into Mage Duel, and we'll find other lands. When don't I find other lands? We always do. We always do, deck. We always find our 3rd land that's not a forest. Always, deck. No doubt took on some risk with this keep, but I do think it's a justifiable keep. Any land gives us a nice 2-3 sequence. Although Oppo needs a creature for it to be a sequence you are going to execute. Was looking for a non-green land, of course, but I'll take any land at this point. Really looking for a non-green land, or non-forest land. I'd even take one of the campuses. Not to be. We're both struggling a little bit here. What was this one? Destroy target. 2 or less. Interesting choices. Why? Okay, target player mills 3, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. I understand that. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was thinking that Trannel could have destroyed the Amplimancer, but there's nothing here that would have done that. So did what they had to do. Checks out. Yeah, I just didn't understand. I understood the find land mode. I didn't understand why they chose the other mode until I looked closer. All right, this barely works, but it works. We make a 3-4 and get in there. This is just like how we drew it up when I kept this. Come on, one time, dealer. Be nice now, Magic. That's close enough. I'll take it. We're going to go fetch our red, I think. Because the red gives us the enthusiastic study and the sudden breakthrough. Although the blue gives us more plays. But breakthrough, if we breakthrough gives us a treasure that could actually lead us to the red Dean. So I'm going to get... I'm going to get the mountain on the strength of that, although it's tight. We'll see how it goes. And I could offer this. Do I care? I think if I offer, I do it on D. Yeah, red lets us learn, but we don't actually have... It's like if we had environmental studies, I'd be all over the learning, but we don't have environmental studies, so I'm not sure that we even want to study right now. Rough. I'm gonna say no blocks, take a big smack, and worry about that thing later.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
We ostensibly have blocks with sudden breakthrough giving first strike to the 2/2. We could represent blocks. I think we got to try. We are a little bit behind here, and we're going to see if we can get there on sudden breakthrough on the Amplimancer blocking the Servan. It could go horribly awry. 4 cards we don't know about. But we stumbled after a risky keep, so I'm going to take some risk here on the block. If this goes poorly, we're not done for. We get to untap with hopefully 5 land. If this works, we're in pretty good shape. I'm not expecting it to. This is a high-risk play, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, this is not the best, but we do get the treasure, and we can even... Actually, this is the best. We can now learn and get there. So I didn't even see this play coming, but we're going to go for it. Oh no, they've got something else. All right. All right, and we lose the learn. But we certainly got some stuff out of their hand, right? So it could have been a lot worse for sure. And now we get Trickster Historian. I think we need to Trickster this thing, though, or we're going to be in trouble. So let's Trickster Historian.
All right, everyone, chill.
Can't even cast this because this is all we've got in terms of blue and red, and this needs 3 total blue and red, but we can cast some other stuff. What other stuff should we cast? Wrangler? We don't have any spells, but Wrangler is a bit of a lightning rod, so it might pull some combat. We've got this nasty 6/5. Yeah, I think I like Wrangler threatening a double block with Historian and Wrangler, and then That means, do we send the Trickster or do we leave it? I'm going to leave the Trickster back even if they kill one of our... If they manage to... Let's say they have deal 2 or they have the, you know, +2, -2. Then Historian is dead. We can still threaten a double block. We really need to threaten a double block on the 6/5 here. Or we're going to lose to it. And then, of course, we have like a million and waiting in the wings. Well, there you go. Good thing we kept everything back. We still at least get to threaten this double block. Now, if this last card is a trick to save this, then I don't know what to do. I mean, we just got. All right. Now what? We can go... Kind of need to make a 4-mana play, and although I don't want to chump with this, so maybe we just need to Pillar Drop Warden, and at least Mountain plus Pillar Drop Warden threatens a trade on like the Servan. Losing our Mountain would be rough stuff, but probably have to start there, and then we at least have some things we can get back with the Warden to stabilize. Oh, but we don't even get the double block because this is our only source of red, right? So actually, I think I'm going to play this to still threaten a block. Can still chump with Mountain if the Aerialist is removed, but ideally we put Aerialist on Servan here and trade. That's the hope. All right, well, I guess we actually take out the Apprentice. It's 1 more damage now, but after some draining, this will exceed the damage that the Servan can do. So we're going to do it this way. That's probably enough. I mean, we had to take the chances we could, but that's bad. All right. Well, good on chat to bring it close. I was kind of running away with things, but 4-2 is pretty respectable. I guess we have 1 person left. Was it D? No, D had to bail. If there was 1 person left who did a sealed pool they want to play with me, I'm in. But I feel like we had a seat filler there, so I'm not expecting that we even have a 7th opponent. So I think we'll probably just call that good. It's also at my quitting time. Quitting time. Looks like Marsh isn't ready. I'm going to give... What's Magic broadcasting today? I see Magic is broadcasting. Strixhaven Lectures. You can't redeem because of the nature of how redemptions work. When I reject hats, it's not going to repopulate that slot, but you can make a suggestion. Yeah, right on Tuesday. Glad you could play. It's funny what strikes a nerve in us and makes you feel a little weird, but I'm sure you got over it pretty quickly. All right, so let's go with Mario. But I should start with saying goodbye to our YouTube friends, of course. Let me do that real quick. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube buddies. I hope you enjoyed that sealed build and the subsequent games we managed to get in. Hopefully I remembered to edit out the technical difficulties we had. If not, thanks for making it through to the end anyway, and we'll catch you at the next draft.